Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited to have another amazing guest in our Desk Careers Spotlight series. Today, we welcome Muna Al-Harbi, who is the founder of Dart Cafe. MunaAlharbi.com is her platform. Welcome, Muna. Welcome to Desk Careers.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's go right to the beginning of where your career journey began to be an inspiration. If we can go back to you being a young teenager, I know that you were into creativity and design, and that you're now doing a master's in innovation and change management. But can you remember what your academic interests were when you were that young creative teenager?
Well, if we go back to 20 years ago, when I was a teenager, I was so into creativity and the typical drawing and painting until computers were introduced to our generation then. And we learned that there is something called digital drawing and digital creativity. So I started exploring that until I established my own website for web design and graphic design and web hosting at the age of 23. And I started giving this type of service. Then it was like something new at that time. And I started from there, actually.
Amazing, amazing.
From owning my online business.
Can you remember being that young teenager thinking, the future is exciting, there's so much I want to be doing? Is there anything that you now look back and think, I wish I did that a little bit different being a young teenager?
Well, the one thing I wish I can do if I go back in time, to have a more clear and stable path instead of trying everything and then deciding what works. You know, most teenagers go through that phase, like they don't know what to choose, or they don't know what they want to like I mean their career, what they have in mind, or some kind of guide. So maybe at that time I wish that I had like some kind of guide or path, but still I don't regret trying many paths until I got to the place I am today.
Which is an exciting place to be and brings me right to my next question. So let's talk about Dart Cafe. You described it as an establishment that started off as a coffee shop and served breakfast, dessert, and coffee. And now you're supplying many outlets across the UAE and working with an innovative team to be a brand in the pastry service. Can you talk to us a little bit more about Dart Cafe and what the mission behind the brand is?
Dart Cafe started very simple, from passion. I had the creativity that I had in my teenage years. I still had it in me, but this time creativity was in the kitchen. So I started making desserts, and people were so impressed by the taste of these desserts. So I opened my home business officially. It was called Yummy Homemade. So I started providing this service of home bakeries, sweets, desserts, cakes, birthday cakes. And then after getting all the knowledge I got from, academically, and the experience I gained through the years, I decided to open an establishment that has like a quick, easy name for the youth, like Dart. It's like the game that they play, teenagers like to play with darts. So I opened this, I started working on this establishment in 2018, and 2019 we had the soft opening, and I gathered a team from my experience in coaching and dealing with people and NLP practitioner. I interviewed people, I chose specific staff to join them in my team so they can help me create and build a brand based coffee shop, not just a normal coffee shop. So I gave them goals as simple as as simple as number of orders or number of products items we produce every day, up into training and training other people that come to our place to train how to make coffee and to train how to work with inventory and other management, business management criteria.
Sounds very exciting. And I liked how you described that it started from that younger creativity that you had and a passion, and how it grew from there. And this is the key theme that I'm hearing from professionals that I interview. You know, the key idea of when we enjoy what we do, we just naturally want to do better at it, and it flows. Muna, you described your current role as growing in your business, and it's breaking out the potential in young people. What does that mean, and how can young people learn from this experience that you're having at Dark Cafe?
Well, one of the ideas or the things I discuss a lot with the younger generation is that everything is a choice. Everything we deal in life is a choice. We can choose our path. We can choose what type of path we follow. So once they choose to follow their passion or their like their passion or their maybe their studies, their goals, if they have certain ambitions, each goal needs a plan. So these plans are achieved by actions. Even the dreams can become real once they put them in action. So it's not about the planning, it's not about the relationships and the connections we have, it's about what we do. So always I encourage them to ask themselves, if not now, when? When do you want to start? If not now, when? You will never answer this question unless you start doing and start working to get to. Sometimes the goals or the far goals will not be clear, but they have to start working, and then slowly, day by day, their goals will start to be clearer, and they will start to know what path they are going through.
Amazing. So true. If not now, when? When will you start? And it is in that starting. Everything has to start somewhere. And I think sometimes young people feel it has to be something big before they can start, or they need a guarantee. But that doesn't exist in the world of work. It really does start with a small action, something we're going to do today to get it started. When I asked you what your career
Yes.
journey highlights were until this stage of your life, some of the things that you mentioned were that you worked as a graphic designer and that you had a web hosting service, you owned a print and design company, web design services. You've done a multitude of variety. And I think the word I would like to use is diversity. What gave you the confidence to try all these different things?
Well, one of the important key uh, in my in my whole career life was failure. I didn't, I wasn't afraid to fail. I was happy and I encourage failure because failure taught me what are my mistakes and how can I learn from them. And without failure, I wouldn't have found the right path or the right ways to keep moving forward. So these are one of the most important uh, sayings I say to my coaches or the people I discuss with, especially the younger generation. You have to keep moving forward. You have to fail. If you don't fail, you will not know the taste of success. So what was pushing me and letting me jump from these different diversity, as you mentioned, of things I did was failure, and sometimes it was like exploring different options until I found my place.
Muna, who would you say has been your role model, or was there more than one person?
Every day in life, we meet new people. We learn new people. Even at my age, I learn from younger generations. I learn from older generations. Everyone who passed in my path, I learned from them a little bit every time. So we can say, like, for sure, my father, he's also a businessman. I learned from him a lot, and I'm giving him the knowledge, and he's consulting me at this age, and the other way around. And this is how I work. I don't have a specific role model I follow. I just learn from each person I meet through my life something valuable, and I take it with me.
What would you say would be the key tip to a young person watching this right now? If they could look at your career journey, your life experiences through your career, and pick one thing, because I know your top three tips were keep moving forward, fall more than one time, and always stay open to opportunities. If you could pick just the one thing that you would say, any young person watching this is my tip, this is my key that has really helped me on my journey.
Well, I will tell them, like, one of the concepts that I read in the Seven Habits, like, when you be open to opportunities, take the chances. Chances doesn't go to someone else. You just miss them, and when they go to someone else, you just miss them. So chances are not lost. They're missed. They're missed by taken by someone else. So I would tell them, just take any opportunity that goes through in your life that faces you. You can take it. If it worked, it worked, and you did something, and there is more action, and you will keep moving forward with it. If it didn't work, it's just a new lesson, and you will find something else.
Take action, start now, stay open to opportunities, learn from people we meet every day. Amazing, amazing tips. Thank you so much, Muna, for your time and for sharing your career journey with us. And that brings us to the end of another amazing spotlight. Today we met with Muna Al Harbi, who is the founder of Dark Cafe. You can find Muna and Dark Cafe on www.munaalharbi.com. Join us again next week when we bring another amazing spotlight to Desk Careers. Thank you for watching.